Welcome to an episode of No Script News. It's been a while. No Script News, I usually just go over all the daily topics when I wake up in the morning, when I have my coffee, and just give it to you raw. Now, I haven't done these in quite a while because I used to go to work and then had to wake up early just to give you news that I would Google. And I didn't have time to, process the whole video, but now I do. And since I do this anyways, I thought might as well just record it and just let you guys know what's going on today. And that's what I plan to do. So sit back, relax, grab a coffee, go hide yourself in a corner if you're at work. I don't know. You need to hear this stuff because if you don't, then I guess you can hear it later. But before we begin, again, do not like this video. I am still wanted for stealing my neighbor's cats. Keep on knocking. Let them in. First up in the docket is Microsoft and Bethesda. Now, according to these reports, Microsoft plans to merge all of ZeniMax Studios into one subsidiary called Vault, which kind of makes sense given that Bethesda's biggest franchise, other than The Elder Scrolls, is Fallout. Now, this article also goes on to say that PlayStation 5 releases of Bethesda games are still up in the air. Now, this news comes out of a document from the European Union where they describe the following. Microsoft acquires within the meaning of Article 3.1b of the Merger Regulation sole control of the whole of ZeniMax. The concentration is accomplished by the way of merger pursuant to which newly created Microsoft subsidiary Vault will be merged with and into ZeniMax. And there you have it. So for all of those who love the game Bethesda, who got it tattooed on you, it's time to get that shit erased and get a new one of the Vault. If you care, I don't. Oh, whoa! Cats everywhere! Cats everywhere! Oh, you can see the glow. You can see the glow from my laptop. I wonder if I just turn on the lights. No, let's keep it like this. Tomorrow I'll turn on the lights. What is going on, buddy? My cats are going crazy right now. It's early in the morning. They're not used to it. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, how could I forget? Yesterday, I know it's not today, but still want to talk about it. Digital Foundry released video of Ubisoft games. What was it? The Division Part 2. And how it showed, not that the PlayStation 5 is an inferior console compared to the Xbox Series X, even though it couldn't hold up to the visual fidelities that the Xbox Series X presents. But it just goes to show that Ubisoft is a shit studio sometimes, man. Reason being, yes, the Xbox Series X version of the Division 2 looks way better because it has key features that the PlayStation 5 is missing, like volumetric fog and lighting and shadows, and I can just go on, reflections. But the thing is, it's not because the PlayStation 5 is a weak-ass console. It's because Ubisoft was lazy. The reason why I say this is because if you compare the videos, the PlayStation 4 version and the PlayStation 5 version is night and day. The PlayStation 5 Pro version looks way better than the PlayStation 5 version, which shouldn't be the case given the PlayStation 5 version is way more powerful. So this is very disheartening to see as a PlayStation owner. Luckily for me, I have an Xbox. Luckily for me, I don't really want to play that game. But still, if these are things to come, then it's going to look bad for PlayStation. They got to get on the ball. And again, you can't blame PlayStation for this, but still, game after game is going to create a narrative. And it's going to be bad for PlayStation. Just something I got to talk about because shit is going crazy out there. And speaking of Ubisoft, they recently released all their financials and their roadmap for the future. And it looks like they're going to be staying with their current formula. I guess Assassin's Creed Valhalla ended up engaging more people's time, mostly because of the RPG mechanics. So I don't think they're going to get away from that because they want people to keep on playing their games, obviously. And the same thing goes for Watch Dogs, even though I thought that shit was crap. Not just looking, but the whole concept and the way they delivered. I mean, I guess it sold well, so they're gonna keep on keeping on. Now, I like Watch Dogs as a series, even though I didn't like the last two as much as I liked the first one. But, I mean, I don't really play any other Ubisoft games anymore, to tell you the truth. They all kind of feel the same and kind of played out. But it doesn't look like they're gonna be changing their formula soon because apparently it's making money for them. Now, Ubisoft has not decided if they're gonna raise the price of next-gen games. It looks like they don't necessarily have to, given that they're making buku money, but they are looking for opportunities to either increase the game or not. I'm gonna say that they are not going to increase the game prices to $69.99 like Sony's greedy ass is, because they don't need to. Especially right now when people don't even buy their games at $59.99. More specifically, Phoenix Immortal Rising. Right now, weeks after the game launch, you can buy it for about 50% off, and even then people aren't really buying the game. But they still see the game as having long legs. And reports have been coming out that the PlayStation 5 DualSense is also having drift issues. Now, I haven't come across any drift issues with my PlayStation 5 controller, but to tell you the truth, I don't really play my PlayStation 5 that much. I mean, I have a few single player games, but nothing really has me coming back after I finish those. So I haven't really put much use into my PlayStation 5 controller, so I haven't noticed any drift. But according to reports out there, there are drifts. Now, according to Sony customer service, any issues with the controller such as the drift is covered by the warranty. So if you and your controller are having issues, connectivity issues, connection issues, because you guys don't see eye to eye, send that shit back in and get yourself a replacement or a refund, whatever. I don't care. Do it or don't. Drift your ass away. Also in the news, Paramount has released a teaser trailer for Sonic 2. And here it goes. As you can see in the end, it includes Tails. Tails, if you guys don't know, is that little funny raccoon type of thing that flies around with his tail. Anyways, it's just good to see that after the backlash from the first Sonic and how they went and changed it and pretty much people rewarded them by watching the movie, it's good to see that they're having a sequel, and I can't wait to see what happens. Last but not least, Cyberpunk 2077, it just gets worse. Not necessarily for the game, but for the studio. CD Projekt Red was hacked. They took ransom as of right now, the source code for Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher 3, and an unreleased Witcher 3 game, I guess a different version, I don't know, is out there for the highest bidder. I guess CD Projekt Red didn't want to give in to these hackers, so they didn't pay up. So we don't know what's gonna happen. If nobody buys the ransom, then maybe they're just gonna release it out in the open market. And my God, when that happens, we're gonna find out so much behind the game and so much behind the company, because these hackers are threatening to show off these financial records and different things the company did that don't really jive with their public persona, to say the least, or at least the one they used to have, because now we actually see what the company is. But you know what I mean. It's gonna be interesting. I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen with this. It sucks when people hack into your shit, but I mean, that's gonna be the new age. I mean, Capcom happened to Capcom about a year ago. You know, it happens to Facebook, happens to banks all the time. It happens to everybody. So yeah, you gotta keep your shit secret. I don't know how you do that though, you know what I mean? Wow, shit is getting crazy out there. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode of No Script News. I just gather everything because I don't know what to talk about. I wake up and I just want to give it to you. Now this one's coming out a little late. Hopefully in the future I won't run out of my battery and I'll be able to release these earlier in the morning, because right now it's about lunchtime and I won't get this up for now a couple 2 hours, and by then the whole day is over, man. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this episode of No Script News. Remember, when shit's the fan and you start seeing little scripts come up on your screen saying follow the white rabbit, and you go, it turns out the white rabbit is a big ass polar bear, run.